Welcome to MMA on the Rocks. My name is Bill Welker. You are listening to Picks and Pours, episode 38. This is the segment of the podcast where I have my buddy Matt the Mechanic come on, give picks for the upcoming UFC card, and I ridicule him for those picks, and I'm usually wrong most of the time. And he's also wrong. We end up making no money. That's pretty much how it's been going. Today is Thursday, September the 5th, and thank you for joining us, on whatever podcast platform or live on Facebook and YouTube. Apparently, we are still not allowed on the X platform. I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to have to get direct contact with Elon Musk. Before we get into any UFC fight stuff, let me introduce the man making the picks, Matt the Mechanic. What's going on, Matt?
Not much, Bill. Went to a wedding last Saturday and we got the sniffles, so I apologize if there's any snot on this episode.
Oh, man. Wait, and you're still sick?
I mean, I'm just noticing I'm sick.
Oh, and you're pinpointing the wedding as the...
Well, you know how it bounces in between. My wife started first, and then I started to notice it, but we'll be all right.
You guys were boogieing, doing the electric slide and stuff?
We stayed for the first like the normal dance they do where everyone married has to dance, and they call out people. You know, if you've been married for 5 years, stop, and they find like the old farts that were married for however long and give them a round of applause, and we just kind of out of there. It was 3 hours. I feel like we stayed long enough.
The wedding was 3 hours, or you stayed for 3 hours?
We were there for 3 hours. Well, 3.5, including the rain delay.
How far did you have to travel?
40 minutes.
Oh, okay. So that's 5 hours you put into that.
Yeah, we did good. We saw the cake cutting. We saw the all the big things.
That's more than I would stay at this point. Like, I'm at the stage of life where I'm like, don't invite me to your wedding. Like, unless it's a close family member, which I don't have many more of those that need to get married. Like, my brother, when he gets married, I'll go. But like, other than that, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's
done. It's done.
The more and more you go to them, you're just like, this is a lot of money. It's kind of like, I'm sure they put a lot of money into it for the food, but the food's just mediocre because it's catering. I mean,
yeah.
Unless you're rolling like a barbecue smoker truck into the property, then count me out. Which is kind of the way we do it up north. It's no fancy stuff. It's just call one of the local rednecks to barbecue us up a hog, and away we go.
You and I have a mutual acquaintance, and I attended his wedding, and it was catered by like a local, like, hole in the wall Dominican restaurant. The food is pretty damn good.
Yeah, that might be the way to go. This was just like some 3-letter agency catering, and
yeah,
you got your spaghetti with meatballs, and it was interesting because I saw they had there must have been some vegans in the house because they labeled all the vegan items, and they had a vegan vegetable tray.
Oh, did you switch the labels around?
No, I mean, it just said vegan vegetable tray.
I know, you should have switched some of the labels around.
Oh, well, there was only 2 meat dishes in the whole joint, so.
The vegans would have been like, wow, this really tastes like meatballs.
Yeah. No, there's none of those trickery vegan things could there, but yeah, I don't know. I like more meat.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have skipped the veggie tray. That's for sure.
I don't know. Sometimes it's the only thing out in the beginning, and you've been waiting a while. You got to hit up some carrots if you don't want to faint.
Yeah. Well, while we're talking about life milestones, I had one last week, and I didn't bring it up on the podcast while we were talking with Ryan Reber, who's fighting for the BKFC bantamweight title next Friday night. So if you guys missed that episode, go back and check that one out. Ryan's a good dude. I've been training with him for a long time, known him for many years, and he's finally getting his opportunity to fight for a championship. We had a fun interview with him. We got into some weird stuff towards the end, some conspiracy theories and some tinfoil hat stuff, but you'll have to just go ahead and listen to that. So, milestone I hit, speaking of Ryan Reber, who knocked out one of his opponent's teeth, my daughter lost her first tooth last week. So that was a very exciting time. She was so thrilled. And then it came up like, what does the tooth fairy give out for teeth in this economic state we're in here today? So here I have another burden. I got to buy back teeth from my child.
Man, I felt bad for a minute. I thought you were going to say something, like well, not that's important, but something real important. And I was like, oh man, how did I miss it? But I'll let myself slide on that one.
Yeah, I mean it's the kind of thing where it's like when they're so little, something like that is so important. Like she was ecstatic. Like she couldn't have been more excited. And then I think she was, kind of let down the next morning. I think she was expecting like a grander thing than just, a little bit of money.
I would say $10.
Good, because that's exactly what the tooth fairy delivered. And I think that's the going rate. We asked around like some of the local parents. What'd you get for your first tooth? You remember?
No, I don't remember, but it wasn't paper. It was coins.
Yeah, you get a nickel or something.
But, probably
Maybe
a quarter,
maybe a $50. Remember
50
those?
cent piece. Oh yeah,
Uh,
probably if I would have kept it, it would have been worth a lot more than 50 cents. But oh
mhm.
well. Was there a cool way it fell out, or she just pulled it out?
It was kind of fun for her because she was at her friend's house on a play date, so they were like excited together. Her friend was like, "You lost your first tooth at my house." It was cute.
Oh, so
Cute
you weren't
kids.
even there.
No, my wife was there,
Oh, okay.
and she got it on video. So it's exciting. I guess when you're 6, like there's nothing more exciting. Like something falls out of your body and you get paid money for it. I wish that would happen to me right now, especially in this.
Yeah, they have to pay you to put. You have to pay to get it put back in.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way it's going right now. So now in this current economy, I gotta buy baby teeth back now.
How many of those are there? Probably what, 20?
20 something.
Just let the secret. Let the secret out early.
Yeah, then she'll want more.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's get into some MMA. So we got UFC Vegas. What is this? 97.
I don't keep track of that stuff. Shit.
Yeah.
Where's this fight even at?
Vegas, the Apex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're back at the Apex. Obviously, this card is like, yeah, we're doing a card this week, but we're really focusing on the Sphere next week because maybe
they're giving like a discount because it looks like the Sphere tickets aren't selling that well.
I imagine not. Well, what are they going for?
They started at 3,000 for like the top level, and people are upset because they're now down to like $1,000.
Let me look this up real quick.
I think
UFC Noche tickets. Let's check out what does SeatGeek have them for here.
Make sure to click off the resale.
Started at 3,000. All right, I'm looking at $643 here on SeatGeek.
Yeah, that's a long way.
But yeah, and you're far from the octagon. So this isn't set up like a normal UFC where the octagon's like in the center. This is like it's set up like an arena. These seats would be horrible. For the very back row, they want $6,700.
Well, you're on SeatGeek, so those are probably people fishing resale. Those are probably resale prices.
Yeah, but still,
they're still like tickets for sale from the UFC. They're just hoping some dumbass buys the expensive ticket on.
Somebody's selling like near front row for 40 grand. I can't. I mean, like who? It's a shame, man, because like you've been a fan for a long time, and you've never been to a live event. Like if this is the kind of thing where like this is the sport you watch in your household, and you want to take like your 10-year-old son or something to a live event, like these tickets are astronomical.
Yeah,
Even for like the one coming up in Tampa, the tickets are pretty pricey.
which I don't think they're as bad as seats as it looks on this map, because that's like there's levels. So if you're in the top, you're still like close and looking down. So the nosebleeds might actually be a good option here. But yeah, I mean, maybe
And I
once I learn a little bit more about the sport, I'll be able to go to an event.
and I guess is it going to be displayed on the whole screen thing?
I would guess not, because that would fuck with the fighters, I would imagine.
They don't care about fucking with the fighters. They had them fighting at 5 in the morning a few weeks ago in England.
I don't think they'll have the. Who knows? I don't know. I got bad vibes about this thing. I overheard, like, not overheard. I was listening to an interview with Anik this week, and he was talking about how they have these long form media things in between each fight, telling the story. And for some reason, I got the vibe like we're talking 20-minute videos.
Oh my god! In between each fight?
Yeah, in between each fight. There's only 10 fights on this card, on the entire card, and every fight is going to have a history explaining of Mexican fighting heritage.
Oh man, why would they do that to people?
I think this, if I had to make my guess, they probably go, oh, the Sphere's awesome. We got to do a show there. It's going to be really expensive. Oh, it'll be really cool. And then they go, shit, what are we going to do? Like, how can we, like what, I don't see why it's necessary. Like,
We're gonna make people pay $3,000 to watch a fucking documentary.
yeah, with like fight with non-Mexican fighters fighting in between.
Yeah, to celebrate Mexican Independence Day, man. I mean, I hope it's a good event, but yeah, that really kind of sucks some of the wind out of the sails. Knowing that,
Yeah, I was thinking about Marab. He has to be. This has to be surreal to him, because he all the shit he's went through to get this title shot, and now he's got this circus he has to basically fight after the circus is over.
yeah, and now
He has to fight the clown.
Yeah, and he's got, cut his eye. He's got. I saw another picture. Looked like he had a bad staph infection.
Well, he says that the UFC gave him is a fungal thing, but I'm not a doctor. But that looks like, I've had staph. That looks like staph to me.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. And then something else happened to him too. He's not having good luck this camp.
Yeah, he was well, he did that silly video down in Tijuana, acting like he was drinking a bunch of booze at with some mariachi band. But I'm more interested in why he was in Tijuana. Like, he said it was because they were doing some boxing training, but I think there's some stem cell stuff down there that is more likely.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's just my speculation, but I think that's legal. I mean, I know the UFC sends guys there to do it, so
yeah.
Maybe he's just getting a little oil in all the joints before the big fight.
Yeah, I might go down to Mexico myself. I could use a little of that. It's probably cheaper than going to this event.
Yeah. Shit.
Go get some. I'd rather get some stem cells than go to see a 5-hour documentary at the Sphere.
And all those fans are going to be like I went to a Tampa Bay Lightning Stanley Cup final game. I won tickets one year because they were so expensive, like $1,500. And me and my wife just said we won them, so we decided to just go. And everyone there had no idea about anything that had to do with hockey. They were just there because Tampa Bay was in the final, and I
Oh, sure.
probably imagine there's the crowd in this one's going to be the same
Yeah.
type of situation.
And then how many people who were like actual fans who would have loved to be there for the championship didn't have a chance to go because it was so expensive.
It's
That sucks.
life. It sucks,
Yeah,
but
it is. Money runs the world. Um, yeah, I just imagine Marab like backstage, like he starts warming up at the first prelim, and then he's just bouncing off the walls back there, and they're like,
yeah.
and now another documentary segment on the first, I don't know, Aztec warrior of
Yeah, well, that's what I'm interested about is how do they going like they have a bunch of Mexican people fighting on this card, and they're going to tell the story of but then how do they end it with two white dudes fighting?
Yeah. Yep.
How do they twist the narrative of the story to, oh, now the culmination of this show is a white dude with colored hair?
Yeah. And now that we have all that Mexican heritage out of the way, here's the main event. Yeah, it's gonna be. Mark Fellows tuning in. He says, "Let's get Josh Emmett on the show to promote his IPA, tasty beverage. Cheers, cheers." Yeah, I saw Mark had posted a picture of Josh Emmett has an IPA, I guess, that he came out with. I would think he'd have like a red ale. It seems like it'd be more up his alley because he's got the red beard. But let me know if you come across that, Matt. We got to do a review here.
I'm looking it up. What's it called?
I don't know. Mark, what's the name of that IPA, the Josh Emmett IPA? It's probably like
One Punch IPA.
I was
Total
just gonna
Wine.
say One Punch.
Oh, it's 4-pack, 16-ounce cans. Looks like it's sold in California.
Oh man. And Mark can find it in Australia and we don't have it available here. We'll hunt some down.
I'm still looking for the Hulkster's beer. He's got the One America or something.
Oh, they have it at Publix.
Oh, do they? Wow.
Yeah.
Guess I haven't been looking that hard.
Yeah, right? They had like a big display and everything.
Oh, I'll take a look.
Yeah, that was kind of hard to miss. Of course, you could find Hulk Hogan's beer. You live.
I didn't see that display. I did see Hulk Hogan like 2 weeks ago. He was
Oh yeah,
behind
did
me
he come into the shop?
no, he was behind me in traffic.
Oh really?
Yeah, I know what one of the vehicle he drives. I mean, I'm guessing a couple times I've seen him. He's in that, and I'm sitting in traffic, and I'm like, oh, that's the Hulkster back there. And he gets closer, and sure enough, you can see his mustache clear as day. And
You should have got out and asked him where you could find his beer.
I don't think you want to step out in traffic on the Hulkster.
What you gonna do?
I think he probably has a couple things he could do.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
a
sure.
big man.
Yeah, I'm sure he's packing some heat too. You definitely don't want to be in traffic behind his son. He'll fucking run you over. All right, let's get into some UFC. So, top of the main card, Trevor Peek and Yanal Ashmoz. Trevor Peek. I caught like little bits and pieces of Anakin Florian, and they said he looks like if Mountain Dew was a person. Oh man, that's funny. Trevor Peek coming off of a loss. He's 1-2 in his last 3. Never been finished though, except as an amateur, but that was like 10 years ago. And let's take a look at Ashmaz here, fighting out of Israel. Also coming off of a loss, his first professional loss to Chris Duncan. I would imagine though that Ashmaz is still a slight favorite here.
No, plus 100.
Wow. All right.
Hold on, let's make sure I'm right. No, yeah, plus 105 now.
Okay. And what's the money on Peak?
Minus 120.
Okay. So it's like basically a pick 'em. All right. So who you putting your dollar on here?
So Peak is awesome. He's always fun to watch fight, but this Shmoosh, what the hell's his name? Oshmaj. I looked him. I watched some of his. I was watching some of his older fights this afternoon at lunch.
That's it. Shmoosh Oshmaz.
Shmoosh Oshmaj. Anyway, I'm gonna be taking a lot of underdogs on this card, and this is one of them. He's a killer.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Trevor Peak is a maniac. But I think skill wise, Oshmaz is a little bit tighter. So he's probably gonna weather the storm, wait for Trevor Peak to make a mistake here. So not a bad pick. All right. And then we got the flyweights, Matt Schnell and Cody Durden here. So Matt Schnell's had a rough go of it lately. He's coming off of that nasty knockout loss to Steve Urseg. That was back in March. And he's lost 3 of his last 4. That one win, though, was really impressive. That was the submission over Sumaderji, but he was taking a beating in that fight. It was a come-from-behind win, and then after that, he got knocked out twice.
Is Durden ranked?
I don't believe so. Durden's coming off of back-to-back losses as well and finishes, but I would imagine he's still a slight favorite in this one.
And Schnell is number 11. Cody Durden's 15.
Mm-hmm. Is Durden the favorite?
Big.
How big?
Minus 305.
Okay.
Versus opposite plus 240, which is really odd because Cody Durden on Monday didn't know he was fighting.
I was going to say, this wasn't the original matchup, was it?
No, it was the matchup, the original matchup. I forget what it was, but then it was supposed to be that Costa kid out of the Fighting Nerds.
Right.
And he
pulled out.
And it was originally supposed to be Joshua Van. Then okay. Alessandro Costa. Now Cody Durden.
So Cody Durden stepping in on short notice, and he's still that big of a favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Schnell here.
Really? Oh, just because of the underdog money?
Yeah. That's so weird. Man, I'm just doing it on principle. Why they got to do Schnell like that? Damn it.
Well, I mean, he's lost 3 of his last 4.
And I know the Costa fight, he was a plus 500.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he can't get anything.
And Costa, I would have definitely put some money on Schnell there because Costa hasn't fought this level of competition yet.
I definitely would have. I can't go against my Fighting Nerds.
Oh, that's right. All right. Moving on, Steve Garcia and Kyle Nelson. Let me just take a look at them real quick. Kyle Nelson, 3 wins in a row. Last win was over TKO over Bill Algeo, so that's impressive. And Garcia, 4 wins in a row. Last fight, finished Sang-Woo Choi. This is a guy who had a rough start when he came into the UFC. Lost 2 of his first 3 fights, but then put together this 4-fight win streak and has just been finishing everybody. First and second round finishes. which makes me think he's probably a slight favorite here.
He is minus 185, opposite 150.
Okay. Yeah, so about what I thought. This one is like flip a coin in my opinion. But I'm not the one making the picks, so what do you got?
So there's a lot of wide odds on this card, but this is one that I thought would be wider. In my mind, I think Garcia takes this fight easy, so I'm going to take him very confidently.
Okay.
I watched his media scrum, and he's called the Mean Machine. He doesn't look like it. He's just a kind of unassuming looking dude, but he just has a lot of confidence, and I'm going to pick that just because I don't remember watching either one of these guys fight. I think he didn't. Isn't Steve Garcia the one that just hurt Hooper pretty much? Like, didn't he knock Hooper out real bad?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he beat the shit out of him. So I guess he is pretty mean.
Yeah, man, this card isn't that good, huh?
Yeah, I gotta say it's not. And especially because for some reason I thought the Noche card was this weekend. Anyway, let's
They
just
had
get
a
it
fight
over.
fall off this week that I thought would have been on the main card, but it was supposed to be on the prelims. That's Ryan Spann OSP.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
And Kyle and Kadar was supposed to be on this card too.
Oh yes, it really did fall apart, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit happens. Co-main event: Jessica Andrade versus Natalia Silva. Andrade, 2-fight win streak. She got TKO win over Mackenzie Dern, and then a split decision win over Marina Rodriguez. In her last fight before that, she had a 3-fight losing streak. But if you look at the lady she lost to, it's understandable. It was Erin Blanchfield, Xiaonan Yan, and Tatiana Suarez, who was my pick to win a title in 2024. But of course, her career has been going the way it goes, and she's been inactive. Natalia Silva, on the other hand, has not lost a fight since December of 2017. Also against Marina Rodriguez. So since then, she's on an 8-fight win streak. Oh, wait, more than that. Hold on. I can count, I swear. 11-fight win streak, coming off of a win in February. Unanimous decision over Viviana Araujo. She has some good wins on her record, does Silva. I mean, she's got a win over Andrea Lee. She's got a win over Jasmine Jasudavicius. But I just think that Jessica Andrade is in another league than most of these ladies at this weight class.
I'll wait until you hear the odds.
Is Silva a big favorite?
Yeah, minus 325.
Yeah, I would definitely go with the underdog money on this one.
Yeah, it's plus 260. I guess there is a caveat that I don't know if you saw it, but Jessica has a lot of out of the cage drama going on right now with her coach / manager. She's accusing him of stealing $2 million from him.
Oh,
so she's moving up the weight class. She doesn't have her guy that's been with her the entire. Actually, I think she didn't have him last fight, but but it's a former world champ at plus 260, so we're gonna take that.
Yeah, I mean, she knows how to prepare and she knows what to do at this point. So I'm sure she's still got some good people around her. So yeah, I wouldn't let that factor in too much.
I just hope the version that slammed Rose on her head shows up.
I mean, that Jessica Andrade is is one of the scariest women to ever step in the cage. That's for sure. All right, let's knock this thing out. The main event, probably the only fight I'm actually looking forward to: Gilbert Burns and Sean Brady. So main event here, but Gilbert Burns coming off of back-to-back losses. One of them to the champ, Bilal Muhammad. So it's kind of interesting because usually two guys are in a main event. That kind of means, the next thing is a title shot. But
Well, Sean Brady gets a win here. He's definitely got a title shot next if he wants it. Yeah.
But Bilal Muhammad beat the shit out of him.
How long? I thought that was longer ago. Oh yeah, he did.
No, it was October 2022, but he's only had one fight since then. It was against Kelvin Gastelum.
Okay, what the hell do I know? They have him ranked. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he's ranked 8. So yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah, I mean
Burns is 6.
It's a rough. Who are the top 5 at welterweight right now? Obviously, Leon Edwards, number 1.
Leon, Kamaru, Shavkat, Jack, JDM, and Colby. Which me being a huge Colby fan, he doesn't belong up there.
Yeah, so it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. Like most of the guys in the top 10 are like coming off of losses or don't have the greatest records lately. Leon Edwards coming off a loss. Kamaru Usman coming off of 3 losses. Covington coming off a loss. Gilbert Burns coming off of 2 losses. It's a rough time for a welterweight division right now.
Yeah.
So the only
Mr.
one,
Muhammad, huh?
the shining diamond in the mountain of shit is Shavkat Rakhmonov. So I think,
Ian Gary's getting up there.
Yeah, but
I know you don't like him.
Yeah, he's not there yet. So I think you got to give probably Rakhmonov the title shot next. No,
I mean, I think it would be either. Doesn't JDM have a fight scheduled? I think he does.
So. Yeah.
So to me, it's either Usman, Rakhmonov, or whoever wins this fight.
You give Usman a title shot after 3 straight losses?
Well, thinking from like if we're thinking like it should be, no. But what I think will happen, I think Usman's a front runner.
Yeah, and it seems like Bilal's been talking some shit. He's trying to make that fight happen because he's looking for like an easy first title defense. It seems like.
Yeah, and doesn't Usman train with another one of these contenders?
Gilbert Burns.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if they still train, but they were, and they've fought before too. But they were training partners for a long time, and then I think after they fought, they became friends again. But yeah, see if you can find who Jack Della Maddalena is fighting coming up, because that'll be the monkey wrench in this whole thing. As far as this fight, I'm actually less excited for it now that we've kind of broken down the state of the division. But maybe I'll change my mind when we hear who JDM is fighting next.
I don't think there is one booked. I've checked 3 different websites and they don't have one listed.
Well, let's have him as the backup for Rakhmonov versus Muhammad then.
I think it looks like he was dealing with a bad staph infection.
Eesh.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a fight booked. He was probably still messed up from the staph infection.
Oh, that sucks. All right. Well, since Brady's coming off of a win, I would imagine he's a very slight favorite in this one.
Yeah, minus 185 plus 154.
Okay. Yeah, that's not exactly what I would have thought, but we're in the same ballpark. Now, if you look at their styles, Gilbert Burns, probably a little bit more power on the feet. Um, some might say he lost a step or two, but he's definitely got more punching power, maybe more clean striking in general. Brady's bread and butter is his wrestling, but Gilbert Burns is the one guy in the division you don't want to take down. And he's got great wrestling of his own. So I can see why Brady's the favorite, but my thing is always what's the path to victory? And I don't really see it.
Yeah, at first I was thinking Brady, but then you crept into my head. How the hell is he going to win? This way, putting him up against the cage and taking him down. That's probably the worst strategy you could have against Gilbert Burns. And then I like taking underdogs, and Burns is the underdog, so give me Burns.
Yeah, and I mean Brady's a black belt, right?
I don't know. I mean,
So
imagine.
he probably is. He's probably wouldn't be afraid to like. I would imagine he tries to outpoint Gilbert Burns on the feet, shoots for takedowns towards the ends of the rounds just to see how Gilbert feels. And if he feels worried at all, then he won't take him down again. Except, in the last, 15 seconds or so. But if he gets on top of him at the end of the first round and doesn't feel threatened at all, then he'll just go right out there and take him down second, third, fourth, fifth, and just kind of lean on him. It's so hard to submit people off your back at this level. Even with the grappling credentials of someone like a Gilbert Burns, it's just, guys just know where to put their weight and how to shut down the hips of guys on the bottom and work the ground and pound. It's just I can't remember the last time. Can you remember the last time a high profile fight ended with a submission from someone on their back?
No.
Like I can't think of a title fight that ended in a triangle or like an armbar from the bottom.
Mark will tell us here in a minute.
Mar says Sean Brady beat Craig Jones in 2021 in a grappling match. All right. He can hold his own. Yeah. All right.
Damn. That says something. 2021, too. I'll have to go watch that one.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I'm changing. I might have talked myself into changing my mind, but yeah, I don't know. Something just tells me that Gilbert Burns has more ways to win.
There is the fact that he's 38. That is not good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. And Sean Brady's 31.
Oh, I remember this grappling match. This was in the silo that Chael had during COVID.
Oh, okay.
And there was something weird that happened there. I think it was a decision, and I think Craig was like attacking from his guard the whole time.
Oh,
And
okay.
Brady was on top the whole time, so he gave him
Which
the
tells
decision.
us that he wouldn't be afraid to be on top of Gilbert Burns for 5 rounds. If he could survive a grappling match with Craig Jones underneath him, not even throwing strikes, then he probably wouldn't be worried to take Gilbert Burns down.
There's a chance that might have been a combat jiu-jitsu match, but
Oh, okay. Still. Anyway, are you sticking with Gilbert Burns?
yes.
All right. I gotta make sure I actually like post the picks now. I've been bad about that. So like keep track of these.
I keep extensive notes. I can tell you every pick I've ever made on any episode.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just go with this one.
All right.
So that I can post it
I'll
on
have the
Instagram.
intern mail it to you.
Yes, please. Is that your intern coughing in the background?
Yeah, I apologize for that.
It's all good. You guys shouldn't go to any more weddings.
I will use that as a reason every time.
Yeah, like sorry, we can't make it. Last time I got so sick.
For news, you actually brought up all my news I had except for Connor running for president potentially in Ireland.
He's running for president of Ireland.
That's what he's saying.
I didn't even know they had a president.
Yeah, they have a president that gets elected every 7 years, and next year is the election. I don't think he would. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I guess I don't know what the political scape looks like in Ireland. I don't know. I know how they elect a president pretty weird. It's 7-year term, and they have like that proportional voting where we like in this country. Well, I guess in this country we don't have primaries either, but well, some parties don't. But the parliament selects the nominee, and then when you go to vote, you don't vote like we do, where you select one person. You have to there's a list, and you kind of have to order them in your preference.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of pull. I don't know. They say like if they need to go back and look, they'll go look at people's second pick. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Some kind of algorithm they use to figure that out.
Sounds like some bullshit, but I don't know. If he could get on the ballot, I bet he could win.
Yeah, why not? If it's just a popularity contest, he's pretty damn popular.
And the current president is not he's on a second term, so he can't be elected again, but he's been in for 14 years. But I don't know. I was looking through the history of elections, and there's like 6 times where there's never it's just been one candidate. So it sounds like they're the hokey business over there.
Yeah. Well, we got our own mess over here.
No, when I was reading that stuff, I'm like, okay, our system's still kind of not so messed up because this seems totally not right.
Yeah.
Like you're playing like a ranking game.
Yeah. I mean, safe to say we're probably not going to see Conor McGregor in the octagon again.
But man, if he pulled that off, wouldn't that be the ultimate?
Imagine he's president of a country and fights in the UFC.
Oh, yeah, awesome. That's probably what he's trying to do. Fight versus the president of Ireland. What the like he's got his version of Secret Service walking him out.
In Dublin.
Yeah, in Dublin at his castle. I don't know. Does the Ireland president have a castle?
I didn't even know they had a president, so you're asking the wrong person. And
he looks like a leprechaun a little bit.
I mean, I come from Irish heritage, and I didn't even know what the political system was there. You think they would have to introduce, like Bruce Buffer would have to introduce him as the president?
King. He would say king.
Be fighting out of the blue corner, the King of Ireland.
Let's see what the residence is called. It is.
Mark Bell says he's just trying to show up Manny Pacquiao, who failed to become president of the Philippines. Yeah, that's tough. Like, how do you?
They live. He lives in the castle in Ireland, and it doesn't look like a castle, but it's pretty nice.
Probably have all the Guinness you can drink in there.
No, there wouldn't be a single Guinness in there. What are you talking about? It'd be the black. What is it? Black Stout or?
Yeah, Black Forge, whatever it is. Forged. I don't know, whatever it is.
Man, Connor also, he's taking a negative turn on Mike Perry, hasn't he?
Oh, because of Mike Perry starting his own promotion.
and losing to Jake Paul.
Oh yeah. Oh man, drama. Drama. All right. Do you have a hot take this week?
No, deal.
Nah.
Oh man, I'll have to put this back. I have some salty watermelon moonshine.
Oh,
I'll set that up there for next week.
I'm gonna have to come up with a spicy hot take for next week. All right.
Hey,
Well, I guess let us know if there's anything we're missing on this card that's worth getting excited about. Um, Vanessa Demopoulos on the undercard here. Maybe she's gonna jump on a ring interviewer again.
there's like two guys on there with one name, one word names.
Where do you see that?
It was on Google. I got to look at the Google fights.
I don't see anyone with one word names.
Oh, they changed it.
I do see a guy on the opening fight called Zigomantis Ramaska.
Oh, he did it really good.
He's from Lithuania. He looks like he's starving. 5'11", 145 pounds. Make as UFC. Huh?
DraftKings has weird odds, or like the weird names. They have him listed as, what's this guy's name? Yeeza. It's just listed as Yeeza. And the other ones just says Rongzu.
Oh.
One word.
Yeah, that's Zurong and Zayi.
Oh.
They just combined it.
They just combined it into one. Well, they flipped it up, flipped it on end and combined it.
Come on, DraftKings.
That's cool. It looks cooler though. Rongzu.
All right.
I just got one more thing, and that's just that the Contender Series this year is awesome. I can't recommend watching it. This week they had a really nice a female fight where she was 13-1 underdog. She had faced a lot of problems in her personal life, and then made it to the Contender Series and landed one of the baddest ass overhand right 73 seconds in and just put this girl out. I'm sure you probably saw it on social media. If not, you got to check it out. There's a lot of good fights. It's Tuesday night. There's not much else to do.
Yeah, I got to see that.
You got to watch the Contender Series. It's awesome.
All right. I'll put it in my rotation.
No, you won't. I'll remind you on Monday.
Yeah, please do. All right. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
Nope.
All right, then. That's all we got for this week. Make sure you guys tune in next Friday night, September 13th. Check out our buddy Ryan Reber, who's fighting for the BKFC Bantamweight Championship in Hollywood, Florida. As of now, I intend to be there, but I don't know what's going to happen between now and next Friday. So if you're going, then come say hello. I need somebody to help me fill in some content. So if you come say hello to me, I might hire you on the spot. All right. That's all we got for this week. Enjoy the fights, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Till next time. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye.